In today's video, we're going to take a look at one of the functionalities in Vault that you might not have seen or heard of, which is the batch plotter. So what this batch plotter allows us to do, or batch print functionality allows us to do, is be able to select an assembly, and what it will do is it'll run through the assembly or the sub-assemblies that it's got as well as the drawing of the parts, and grab all the drawings that are associated with those sub-assemblies and parts, and then put into a list which you can then batch plot or print. So how do we get there? So first of all, we need to go to File, and you'll see on the file you've got your plot command over here. So selecting plot, it brings up the plot manager. Now in the plot manager over here, the first thing we want to take a look at is the add drop down over here. And there's a couple different functions we can do. So it doesn't matter if you're using either files or items. You can go grab the drawings of these files, items of a specified sort of assembly that you've got. So what we're going to take a look at is add related file sheet. So if I go to either add files or add folders, it's going to add the drawings of that. But add related file sheets, it's going to go and to an assembly and then go grab all the drawings or sheets as they refer to it over here, and then go add it to our list. So I'm going to say, right, that's my main assembly. Now go look for all the related drawing sheets that I've got with this, so that I can actually just go and batch plot them and not have to go and search for every single folder or do a specific sort of property search just to get my the drawings that I want. Okay, so this is what we've got over here now. So it's picked up all the different drawings. So you can see and it doesn't matter if there's a combination of IDWs or DWGs. So in this assembly, some of the drawings that I had created was in a DWG format. So I can see now that it's picked up both a combination of DWGs and IDWs as well for this inventor assembly that I've created. Okay, so there we go. Now, what can we do with this? If I take a look at this over here, let's go view the data source. No, sorry, not that. Let's go view details. Okay, so the details are the bottom over here. So each one that I select will change the details. On the right hand side, I've got a thumbnail preview, and then at the bottom over here, we've kind of got a duplication of all the columns that I've got over here as well. So there you can see page setup, default or custom, where do I want to print it to. So Microsoft printed PDF, my plot size, orientation, color, and then the scale that I want as well. So this one is 2:1. Now in my sheets over here, you'll see that as I go to my device, I can also go and change it for each individual sort of device over there, as well as my setup. Okay, so it's not the setup, sorry, setup will be down at the bottom of your default or custom, and you'll see it'll change over there. Okay, so if you need to change any of these sort of properties, we can change it at the bottom at the page setup. Now the scale, and you've also got your location. So as you'll see there, that is the location where all my drawings are sitting in. And the sort of the nice part of this functionality is that I would have had to go into my first my drawings folder, then I had to go find, say, these two in my assemblies folder. Okay, now these are also in my drawings folder, and assembly, and then parts. Now one thing we can do over here is maybe I want to rearrange the order in which it prints. So what we can do is, if I select it and go edit, so actions, and you should see there move up and move down. Okay, so that's my main assembly, and as I go through, I can see a preview of this over here, and maybe I want this drawing over here to be moved up to below the instance. So I can just click on move up, move down over here, and it will then go and just move it up over there. So now once that's done, I'm ready to batch plot. So if I go to my file, I can save this, and it'll save as an XML file. Okay, so this is if I've got a very long list, and maybe I started plotting something and I walk away, come back, something's happened. I don't want to have to go and find all these drawings again and then, sort of reshuffle it, I can just save this XML file. And so if I want to reprint all these drawings, maybe the drawings have been modified, and I need to go and then print the same set of drawings. I've got the XML file to be able just to quickly pick that up and print it. So once I've got my my list over here, I can go to print, and there you'll see there Microsoft Print to PDF. And if I select on print, let's see what happens over there. It tells me of PDF documents. I'm going to go PDF1, and let's just put on my desktop. And then it goes and prints it. Now, what has it printed? So once I've printed that PDF, after I've said File, Print, and I double click on the PDF, you'll see it prints out the list of the drawings that I had. And this is sometimes, if you have tried to use this and it hasn't worked before, this is sometimes the issue that you'll see where you'll print and it prints this out where you would have expected all the drawings to print out. So I just showed you that just to sort of get a sense of some of the issues that some people have with this, because they say print, and what it does, it prints out this list over here and not the actual drawings. So how do we get this to create the drawings or the PDFs of the drawings, or even printing to a physical printer? So what you need to do is submit. So with a submit, if you have not saved it as a XML list, it'll ask you, would you like to save it? Now I'm not going to say yes, I'm just going to no. And then in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see there's a little plotter icon. And if I click on that, you'll see the add plot job or monitor plot jobs. So if I go to monitor plot jobs, you'll see over here, it now starts to process. Yeah. And it will run through all of these. You'll see there the amount of time that's elapsed to process this one sheet over here. And now we wait to see where we're going to save this PDF. Now, the one thing you must know as well is if you're just using, say for instance, I'm doing Microsoft Print to PDF, it doesn't have the functionality to create a PDF that has all the PDFs in it. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a situation where it's going to ask for what PDF you want. So I'm just going to start at A. Click on save, and then it's going to generate the second one, and then I'm going to say give my second name, then my third name, then my fourth name, my fifth name, etc. until you get to the bottom of that list. Okay. Now this sort of plotter, batch plotter was created for initially, I think, for sort of physical plotters. So you'll see there it'll go through all the different ones. I would have to then somehow stitch this all together to get one. You can use the API to be able to create additional an additional software app that would be able to stitch this all together. But for now, this is what we've got. But as you can see there, it's running through everything, and I'm able to plot it. If you have, I think, Adobe PDF, and there are some other Adobe printers as well, which you'd have to pay for, then you do have the option in your printer preferences to be able to say, right, print everything to one PDF, and then you can print it like that. Now, if you have been creating one drawing per part or assembly, then this is what's going to happen. But if, for instance, say you create an IDW or DWG with many sheets, then what it'll do is it'll take that one sheet and it'll just print everything into the one PDF. Okay, so I'm just going to keep on going until I stop over there. Okay, so there we go. So this is your plotter that you have got or your batch plot that you have got that you can print straight out of your Autodesk Vault over here. And it's just a very quick and easy way to be able to select an assembly. Then from that assembly, you ask, can I please grab all the different 2D drawings that I've got and print them out either to a physical plotter, and it doesn't have to be just one. As you saw in the plotter configuration, you can send it to different plotters. Maybe some of the stuff you've got going to A1 or A0 plotter, the other one's the Office plotter, which is just plotting A3, and then you can also plot it to PDF over here as well. Thanks very much for watching.